Welcome to the Texas Power Rangers Show with your host, Dante himself.
Hey guys, welcome to another Texas Power Rangers episode. I am Dante himself, and we have another guest today. His name is Boba Joe. How you doing, Bob?
Good. How are you doing, Dante?
Pretty good. So, a lot of people might know him from doing all of this wonderful and beautiful Saiyan armors. So what's it all about, man?
Well, I really went head first into the prop world. I don't know, when I was younger, I started making stuff with my father. He was in theater and stuff, so he put together a lot of pieces for, there was like a skit for Noah, so he built like a giant arc, you know. Just kind of a slew of random projects through my life. He was a restoration man, so we had a shop, so restoring classic cars, automotive, you know, pieces like that are just so hard to crunch together and stuff. So I really came from a world of just understanding large projects and seeing them, you know, seeing the finished product and trying to, you know, running through that. But really what started all this is just I had to kind of let go of that industry because I had a really bad accident, like shattering my wrist. I just can't hammer or block the same anymore.
Yeah, I understand.
So it's just like, what am I going to do? Well, I have this hobby. Let me see if I can really make something of it. So that's kind of where I got.
You have some awards here. What are these from?
South by Southwest Gaming Expo. It's like my favorite event in Austin.
Oh yeah, I was there. You gotta go to South by Southwest. You live in Austin.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, gaming. It's a lot of hands-on, and you got a lot of indie stuff coming in. It's really fun.
Definitely.
And it's more of I like it because I feel like it's Austin based. It's really good. And IkiCon and all the other ones are really fun to go to. But for me, I love seeing that South by Southwest.
Oh, yeah,
but
definitely.
anyways, it was South by Southwest. The very first one I got was a comic book. I had Best Comic Book, and then 2014 I got the Best Original with Mecha Spawn. And then me and Star Fox, we won the Best Anime of 2015. I was Vegeta, and he was the Royal Corgi.
That's
the Royal
pretty cool.
Saiyan Corgi is.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that. I mean, it looks great. I mean, just the time and effort you put into those. I mean,
yeah,
you deserve to be first place for sure.
One thing my father would always instilled in and made sure that I knew was it doesn't matter if it's the Kuntosh or if it's a rabbit. It doesn't matter. You've got to treat it the same way. So it doesn't matter what set I'm putting out. I'm always going to put the same effort into it. Just because it might be a little cheaper or something like that, it's still, so you got to maintain that level of work. And people will try to hound you for your price and try to knock you down, but you got to just stay steady with it. And if you stay steady with it, then you know your work's going to be consistent, and that's what's most important. So every set I really take the time to seam seal every edge on it, just like I would do in an old car or something like that. You know, heat forming it, like I heat form my metal. I do the same concepts from that come into this, you know, to get the right shape to where it fits the body really nice. Yeah, it all transpires over.
Yeah, I mean, you have the love and the passion for it. I mean, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I love Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
Since I was a kid, it was just like Goku,
Definitely.
Vegeta.
I always wanted to be Goku or Vegeta. I would like to see is Piccolo's armor with the cape.
Yeah.
I mean, has anybody ordered that from you yet?
I had a few inquiries on it, but nobody really followed through with it. That's one of the things is I can easily build it. It's just getting the time to set into that project because I have a slew of other projects. So it's like I got all these back burner projects, and I'm afraid if I go into it headstrong. Right now I do have the bust. It's done. I have a Piccolo head that I sculpted out, and I can make statues of.
Yeah.
And it would be perfect for like a display for your Piccolo armor. But then, I intentionally made a statue, then everybody then was like, oh, we want masks of that. So then it was a tricky part trying to make the mask, but really the way that mold was created was for statues and hard resin cast, not masks. So I tried making a few masks from it, but it's just not right. I have to re-engineer. I'll probably re-sculpt it eventually to get a better.
Yeah, it looked, when I saw it, I was like, that is amazing. I was like, the time and dedication this guy puts into that, I mean, it was beautiful. Like, I saw it personally. It looks nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough because when you see something on cartoon and you try to transition it to a three-dimensional and stuff like that, what is it supposed to really look like?
Exactly.
Especially in Dragon Ball Z because their faces are just sort of, and I noticed like a lot of Piccolos, their chins were just like the face was like this big, and then the forehead's like massive. And I'm like, well, that's just not Piccolo. I feel like in real life there would be a construct of a chin, you know, but not make it too cartoony. And but yeah, and I love sculpting, you know, that kind of stuff. It's a challenge, but you know, now that I'm not sculpting cards every single day, or you know, working those lines to where they look right, you know, really have to push into like props and stuff. And Boba Fett here, he was a heck of a process, because every mark on here, I mean, that was I mean, I have like this thick book of just stencils from the dented helmet that I pulled out, and I'm just holding these things up to the faceplate, tracing out as best I can, and then masking, and there's multiple layers of paint. There's the right kind of colors you got to research, the right kind of materials, you know, the right boots. This is horsehair, so it's like you can't, if you're doing something, you know, and Fett's in his own world in Star Wars costumes because they're screen accurate. This is, that's kind of one of those props where I bought. So I didn't sculpt this helmet. I bought the helmet as a raw cast.
Okay. Just
because it's, for me to spend all that money and time creating something with somebody else who is doing something and he's creating a wonderful product, you know, I'm going to go ahead and just buy that. But all the, like, the soft parts and stuff, like the flight suit, my wife and I sewn together, and that saved us a lot of money, and, you know, waiting for somebody else to sew it, and then maybe they tailored it correctly for you. It's, yeah, but other than that, I mean, it's a heck of a process. It's like I said, from the automotive world, you got to have that, like, vision and the finished product and exactly what you want to, you know, see it as, and then aim and shoot for that goal. The most challenge with Fett, I think, was locating some of the pieces and finding legit, because a lot of people make his armor and they say this is Boba Fett armor, but there's like multiple types of chest plates from the ESV model to the special edition. You know, they're all different. So the hardest part was knowing how to orchestrate it and create the recipe correctly. When it all came together, it was you know. So this chest piece is the right chest piece. It's a little bit different about color than this one. There's no yellow on this one, but you know, it's all those things. So that was the hardest part with Fett, was the dedication to research and then following through with it. With the Saiyan armor, the hardest part for me, it's like, now that I've made hundreds of them, the hardest part now is keeping on top of myself, that everything is consistent, that everything looks really nice. Taking the time to go through and, you know, bevel some edges and make it look and feel nice for the customer. I don't just cut, you know, and slice like that. There's a lot more that goes into these. I mean, I hand bevel all these edges. I reinforce, I mean, everything here, these edges are beveled nice here. I mean, I really go through and make sure that it is top quality, because the person is spending, you know, money. But
no, definitely.
Yeah, when I started doing it, I was afraid of the price. I wanted to make sure it was affordable, and you always want to be affordable as a prop maker, but you're always going to run into somebody who's going to be like, "Oh, that's so expensive." Well, they're clueless. They don't really know anything about your process. They're going over and seeing a picture of it, and then they can make all these assumptions about being like, "Oh, that's only $10 a material." It's like, no, it's not. There's about $80 of material wrapped up into a full set of these sets. You know, about $80 to $100 into the full sets, because I use top graded seam sealers. I use industrial glues. You know, I have like really nice fur that I cut out and sewed, you know, 5-foot tails from, and I go and I take the time to heat form everything to make sure it's curved or correctly.
Makes it right.
Yeah, and you're not getting a flat, you know, black. You're getting an armor that literally, it comes out of the plastic, wraps out. You can unbuckle it, slip it on, click, boom. You know, wrap the tail around, and it's legit. You know, it's handcrafted material. It's not. You know, I am one man working on it. I have friends that come by and I'll help, you know, trace and cut, but really, I foresee everything, you know, beginning to end. You know, so
I mean, me doing some of my props myself, and some of the Rangers from the Texas Power Rangers, sorry. We seen it, the time, dedication. I mean, yeah, a lot of people say, "Oh, yeah, I can make that," but like you said, I mean, there's so much detail into it, so much painting, your hours you're spending in it, working on it. if you have to sew, that's almost 2 or 3, 4 hours. You gotta paint, you gotta wait for the paint to dry. So yeah, I mean, I understand. I mean, yeah, a lot of people don't understand that. I mean, but people like us and people that watch this channel and the show, they know and they appreciate the time you take because they want some good quality, not like you said, not just flat. You want to see the 3 dimensions that you see in the show or in the cartoon, just to make it realistic. You want to put it on, you'd be like, man, I feel like a Saiyan. I mean, it's not something you can say like it's just flat cardboard. I mean, anybody can do a flat cardboard for sure.
I love it. I feel very blessed that I had that dream. It was weird. Like I woke up because I was making the White Ranger shields for a couple months, but I literally woke up from this dream and I was making Saiyan armor in the dream, and I walked over my table, and I just started tracing out, and then all of a sudden this version was born, and it was really strange. And then literally 2 weeks later, after I had a few sets made and I refined it, I had a picture of my Vegeta and K&K Productions, and I got in contact, and they needed a set for the back of their the Goku with the GoPro, the video on YouTube.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, you're part of that, huh?
Yeah, so when it opens up, you'll see Bulma working, and there's my armor in the background.
Oh, wow. Did I know that? You guys better check that. Where can you find that at?
Type in Goku with the GoPro. It's an interesting, quirky view of live action for Dragon Ball Z, but it correlates to Superman with the GoPro. And once in a while, there is a few that, they do go out to a customer and it's a little too small. It happens, and but I stand by my work. I'm like, please send that armor back and make sure it's safe, it's okay. I rebuild the set. I take a little bit of loss, but it's okay because I'd rather have my customer happy than just a small amount of money. Because I can take that set and if there's a little bit of work that needs to happen on it, make it look nice again, I can recycle it for another customer as long as it looks really nice. But if it comes back, I can make battle damage. Easily, let's say there's a tear, I can come back here and really just work it into the concept of battle damage. And,
to find a good side about it.
But it's always, the main goal in entertainment is making sure that the people are happy, they're getting a product that they like, because you don't want them to be embarrassed.
I know, definitely.
I've seen people that have come to me and they're just like, oh, I got this costume, but it's just, it's terrible, it just didn't look like it did in the picture and stuff like that. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, oh, as a maker, that would be like my nightmare, is having people just really just so disappointed with their armor, and it's like but so far it's just 100 some. My numbers are like 223 I think right now or something like that in my order form, but everybody's been really happy.
Yeah, and where can they buy your what's your website, and where can people find you in case they want to order?
Well, if you're local to Texas, I would say get a hold of me on Facebook, VIA Intergalactic Props and Creations. I'll definitely give you a better price than what you'll get on my website. My website is cosplaycorp.net. And there are a few. There's your basic standard set, Cell Saga, and Bardock that I sell in there. Those are mainly my hot items. So, but the website is shared. I share that with K&K Productions.
Okay.
So we orchestrate and work together. They came through and helped me with a lot of things. Just get my name out there. They're shared once in a while, and then. But I work close with even Goku on Twitter. Goku, we're good friends, and Mark Doris as well. He's a really cool guy. He's in LA, and we do a lot of stuff where we're actually in correlation to get something. As far as a new store, I'd like to see. We both have this vision of seeing like fellow prop makers that make really cool items, like 1 or 2 items from each maker, kind of going into the store. That
that'd be
they can
cool.
just distribute.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. So we'll see where it goes. I mean, it's all kind of we all have wonderful ideas to get things going, but I think the good thing about it is we have it in the right context. We want to be able to help people, in their art, because really it is right now. Right now there's a bloom of prop builders and prop makers, and it's hard to get your name out there when there's just so much.
Yeah.
And somebody's like, hey, can somebody make a Zelda shield, and then you get all these. Things up there. So we're trying to find the legit makers, the makers who are starting, who have the talent, but maybe it's just something just to help them progress to the next step and stuff like that.
Well, thanks for this interview, Mr. Baba Joe. Want to appreciate you spending time with us. I appreciate it.
It was great meeting you.
Alright, guys. Don't forget to go check them out. Check his props. They're nice, they're pretty, they're beautiful. And like him on Facebook. Follow him on Facebook. This episode was brought to you by Core Speak Gym. Remember, you want to get Ranger fit, you gotta work out. So thank you guys. See y'all later.
See you guys.
Thanks for watching. Follow us on Facebook and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.